¿Para qué?
Bueno, ya vamos a iniciar la grabación. Ya inicié la grabación.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Bye.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. You?
Just doing well. What about you?
Thanks, good. Okay, let's start with our presentation. Okay, my name is Tania Jimenez. My case study is communication breakdown. The most appropriate leadership style, in my opinion, is participative leadership because it involves teachers in a context where communication has failed and teachers feel little listened to. Participatory leadership observes the community to actively involve teachers in problem solving, decision making by participating in the creation of policies and expectation. A teacher will feel value and have a sense of ownership over the proposed solutions. The other, this leadership also foster an environment of transparency and openness, where information is shared freely and concerns are addressed directly. This can help eliminate misunderstanding and provide clarity around policies and expectations, which in turn can revolve trust between administration and teachers. And finally, that is a participatory leadership offer, a collaborative team orient approach the data knowledge well with the need to provide communication and moral language in the school by involving teachers in decision making, promoting transparency and empowerment. This leadership style can help effectively address the problems described in the case study.
Okay, Tania. According your arguments, according your answers, according your leadership style chosen, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is the main benefit of using participatory leadership in a context where communication has failed and teachers feel little heard?
Okay, good. The main benefit that participatory leadership offers the opportunity to actively involve teachers in problem solving and decision making, making the feel value and giving them a sense of ownership over the proposed solutions. Sorry.
Okay. Another question is, how can participatory leadership help improve trust between administration and teachers?
Okay. Participatory leadership encourage transparency and openness, allow information to be shared and concern to be addressed directly. This helps eliminate misunderstanding and it provides clarity about policies and expectations with inter can rebuild trust between administration and teachers.
Okay,
No more.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, my case study choose is related with technology integration problematic. ICT as didactic and educational resource has converted into an innovative and useful way to improve, facilitate, and promote the creation of diverse educational environments that allow an increase in the capabilities acquired to ensure the educational quality in organizations. Currently, the ICT introduction into schools has allowed teachers and pupils to set up a variety of information related to the learning and teaching processes as alternative to appropriate this knowledge of an autonomous and meaningful perspective. The case of study chosen shows a series of challenges in issues related to the perspective and initiative transformation that could be crucial to increase teacher development, the education manager process, and the skill acquisition and significant knowledge and construction of students, taking in bearing both student and educational context, must adapt the different changes that carry out century 21. Thus, the role of the leadership in the organization requires commitment and accurate performance to integrate the curricular and academic accomplishment into the schools. Thus, this in a discussion about the accurate leadership style to address this problem, it could be argued that the transformational leadership style is the best option to generate changes and contribute to the introduction of ICT into the learning teaching processes in the school. So, I consider that the transformational leadership style can generate impact and significant changes in cultural aspects in which students and teachers could use these tools to evaluate and assessment both academic and personal proficiency. This is my argument related with the case study choose.
Tienes el micrófono apagado.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my dear Shirley, I have some questions regarding choice the style.
Okay.
Why do you think the transformational leadership style is accurate in solving the problem described in your case of the study chose?
Okay. I consider that this leadership is accurate while allowing the integration of ideas and changes to improve an area in educational context, um, likewise enhance personal futures into a framework such as values and moral ethics throughout the cooperation and collaboration between groups.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The other question is, what is the difference between the transformational and transactional leadership style?
Good question. Okay. Considering that both transformational and transactional leadership styles integrate making decisions to resolve problems, um, transformational leadership styles differ in their approach to placing innovative ideas and changes that involve the action of the collaborators throughout communicative spaces to fulfill common interest. While, while transactional leadership is focused on authority in the context, here the main purpose is to give is to give rise to advantage and disadvantage for employees according to their performance into the educational context.
Okay, dear Shirley, thank you for your intervention. My dear
Okay,
mates,
okay.
let's
So I'm
continue.
gonna, yes, I'm gonna be good. Hi, everybody. I'm gonna be talking about my leadership style, my case study, which is gonna be the number two budget constraints that talks basically about when there is like a lack of resources. Yeah, in a school, or when in a school community, or in an education community. So that's basically what the case number two is, when there is like lack of resources. uh with this being said, the leadership style that I chose was uh the autocratic leadership, because I think it's like the most convenient for this case, since the autocratic leadership, it's especially useful when or it's used like in crisis time occasions. So it's like when somebody over takes control over the team completely, so that person or those people makes decisions without consulting or discussing the decisions, right? So that's why I chose the autocratic leadership, because it's the most convenient for this specific case, right? um, that's pretty much what I have to say about the autocratic case. Maybe it's not very convenient for other type of contests or situations, but just like I said before, for situations in which there's like a crisis, in which we have to make quick decisions, so the autocratic leadership is going to be the best one.
O- Okay. Luis, a questionnaire codes according to choose leadership late with want. Do you think your leadership style is it the most effective?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's the most effective for the case that I chose. I mean, when we talk about getting a crisis fixed, or getting a solution for a crisis, this type of leadership is going to be the most effective. So because it's required that somebody makes a decision uh, like very quickly, and maybe another type of leadership in which you have to talk to some other people, it's going to slow down the process. So in that case, we are not going to be able to make an effective or quick decision because we have to consult the decision with so many people. But the autocratic leadership in this specific case is like the most is going to be the most effective. Maybe not for all type of cases, but in this specific case, it's going to be the best one, or it's going to be like the most convenient.
Okay. Okay. Other is two. Can we say one
Mhm.
type of leadership is better that we other white?
Oh, well, that's like a very good question, actually. I don't think there's like there's no like the best like a best type of leadership. I mean, uh, depending on the situation or context or what that you know what that community or depending on what that of what a community needs. So it's going to require a specific or determine certain type of leadership or leadership style. So I don't think that that one type of leadership is better than the other. It's just like maybe one type of leadership is more effective for another for different type of situations. So depending on the type of situation, depending on the context, so a different type of leadership is going to be required.
Okay. My name is Hello everyone. My name is Angela Janavelandia. The leadership is was democratic because it seemed very important with and its made and cast fight of inclusive education, democratic leadership, also known as participatory discharge is very open leadership. Still, where the members of the group are included in the decision make process, this is created the commitment, the organization, and the participation in school, and the member delegation, authority, and feedback to direct and correct errors. When you the organization, the people are encouraged to participate and share their opinion and discuss openly is different topic. Afterwards, all the information is summary. At the relevant decision are made is the effectively because is credit and collaboration inspired and encourages quality contribution from the employees, which learning great productivity. This which inclusive education is more the sick or the school, the student and address the learning needs of children, young people, students, and adults, with especially emphasis of those who are in the situation vulnerability. Mm, Social exclusion is the which is the necessary to know to the student what is what in organ another are trained and able to identify for which difference for is necessary the teacher the week the trained by specialists is student net. At this end, the participating in leadership, the activities do not change parameters of rest of the student. It is necessary the plan the PR format that includes a structured study plan style in order to satisfy the needs and skill presentation a student with unlike their learning in order continued in permanent support in development of said activities.
Okay, mate. So I got a question. I got a couple of questions for you. So the first one, it's going to be, what is the importance of democratic leadership in educational contests?
Okay. Democratic is leadership is ball, leadership is the with together, and now with is the followers make decision together. This is contrast with authoritarian style of leadership, which the leader makes decision allowed they does not take it account to the opinions of others. Democratic leadership can very effectively allow leader to gain the perspective is many different people make decision is also encourage creativity commitment of the part followers is the question and says feel the voice it group decision. However, it can also this choice requires the leader through the followers that gives them control over the group function. This can difficult some leader, especially if they are very perfectionist to net have complaints over the environment.
Okay, good, excellent. Thank you for your intervention, my dear mates. Now, we discuss the effectiveness of different leadership style in various scenarios of educational management. For this, let's compare and contrast the of mentioned. Uh, let's start. Let's start with delay.
Okay. Um, Taking into account the leadership styles choose, I consider that when in an environment that values the perspective of team members rather than teachers and students, the democratic leadership style is effectively taking in bear that allows the integrations by points, 5 points to encourage the decision making process. But in contrast, in environments where centralized authority and unilateral decision making are more common, the democratic leadership style could face resistances or challenges to implementing in an effective way. This is my arguments in comparing and contrast.
Thank you, my dear Sirley. And now, my dear Dayana.
Okay. Contrast transformational leadership is characterized by experience is motivating the teacher to commitment to the vision and mission of the school. Transformation leaders seek to generate enthusiasm and passion, leaders and professional growth. Unlike the traditional wish leadership styles, such as transactional leadership, where rewards and punishments are used to the motivating performance, transformational leadership is based shared values, a sense of common purpose, and the participation is your student against the evaluation.
Thank you. It's very interesting. Okay. Comparison. Both autocratic leadership and participative leadership have the potential to make effective decisions, but they differ in how team members involved in the process. Uh, but leadership style can be efficient in certain situations, but participative, leadership tends to promote and greater commitment and motivation among team members in the long term. This is my comparison. Hi, mate, Luis.
Hi. Okay. In that case, let's go ahead with the contrast. Uh, just like you said, autocratic and participative are like two different type of leadership style. Uh, so what's gonna be the contrast in this case? So basically the autocratic, it's focused uh, on somebody having the control, just like I had mentioned before. It's like somebody has like the entire control of the situation, of the decision making, uh, while the participative leadership, it's like we have the option to discuss the decision before taking actions. Okay, so it's like the participants are involved in the process, in the decision making process, while the autocratic is like it's like more decisive or accurate in crisis situation. So when we need to, when the decision making has to be, very quick, this is like the more, like the most effective, and not the participative, because with in the participative we have to we need to have everybody involved, or not, or many people involved in the process of, making decisions. So maybe in a long term, if you want to build like a project in a long term, the participative project leadership is going to be the it's going to be like the most appropriate, right? But in a short term, the autocratic leadership is the most convenient, effective, and accurate. Just like I said before, for crisis situations. So if there is a crisis, in few words, it's going to be the autocratic. And um, if you want to build like a process in a long term, the most convenient type of leadership, it has to be the participative.
Okay, now, thank you. We present our solution to the problems in the case studies. Let's start with Diana. Is possible?
Okay. Okay. The choose style case note a series of challenges relates to democratic leadership that can be crucial to promote teacher development in the classroom. in which is allowed everyone's point of view to take into account student regulates and environment of their conditional of disability, take account the discussion in the learning style that full complies with the appropriate parameters is democratic leadership that allow the member be involved in decision make is well mind education inclusion communication the teacher and student to provide better the support in the activities it is necessary to keep is my the learning still is I the participating in the teacher and student of characteristics of health mind communication where the learner must listen to the ideas and make the decision is the account there must be trust among the members of the democratic leader must have great decision make capacity information and trial style week is the participation in school in the teacher and student.
Okay, thank you. Mm, Shirley, let's continue, please.
Okay. According to the importance of ICT implementations into the educative processes in the different educational contexts, I consider that the most appropriate style, leadership style is the transformational leadership style. I consider that leadership is accurate for different aspects related with the role of the teacher, with the role of the students. This leadership is set up some futures to carry out an effective role in the school. Uh, some futures are related to the behavior and personal aptitudes, and personal aptitude to fulfill mutual interest taking high the capability to make decisions to solve problems. However, uh, these leadership styles integrate and different different requirements related with the transformation and changes and challenges challenges into the educational context, changes that allow in a communicative channel between collaborators, between groups, uh, to solve problems in any context.
Thank you, my dear Shirley. Now, okay, solution to the problem of my case study. The solutions involve several stages. Number one, uh, a thorough assessment of the current situation will be conducted, including individual interview with teachers to understand their concern and perceptions about communication and expectation from administration. Number two, a collaborative team will uh, be formed, um, consisting of members of the school, administration, and teacher representative. And finally, for me, a formal feedback channel will be established where teachers can share their comments, and suggestion confidentiality. And finally, our mates list is your form. Luis,
Hi, sorry. Okay, yes. Well, I guess like a possible solution for the case study that I chose, which is budget constraints, which is the case study number two, is going to be basically getting funds, right, for from any maybe for private entities that are interested in investing in this uh, uh, school. So maybe that's going to be a way in which we can, uh, you know, find, help this or fix this inconvenience. But and, that with the type of leadership that it just is the autocratic leadership that's gonna make everything easier because that way we are gonna be able to acquire funds as uh, fast in a quicker way. So basically, get funds, I would say, is the only way in which we can fix these situations, because it's like lack of materials, not being able to retain qualified teachers, other type of maybe lack of sense of belonging from the community because nobody cares about the school, about the project. So basically, we need fund, we need investment, we need maybe a private entity that believe in this project, that invest in this project, and that way we can revive it. Uh, uh, we can we can get resources, we can get materials in order to make the school work, uh, to make the classes like more like as they should be, and to retain the qualified teachers, which is like the most important part of a school, of an educational field, community, or of a school, you name it, because we can have like very good materials, uh, I know TV, video games, but if we don't have qualified or experienced teachers, so uh, that's gonna be useless. So we need qualified teachers. We need to retain those qualified teachers for a long period of time, so that we can build a good project. Uh, and that way, people start to believe in this project, in this school, and uh, we can make this, or we can get this better. So that's basically what the solution for this inconvenience should be. You know?
Dear,
thank you. Thank,
dear Luis, I would like you suggest some suggestion or feedback related to your this leadership style chosen is okay. I consider that the autocratic leadership style is especially indispensable and useful for crisis management situations, um, in which quick decision making can can make a difference. For this to happen, power is concentrated in one or a few people who make decisions without considering the opinion of others. This is my suggestions for you.
Yes, and that's true, because um, quick decision making is required. So maybe autocratic leadership, it's not like well seeing. It's like, okay, just one just one person making decision is not good, but for this, a specific situation, autocratic leadership is the best way, or it's the most convenient type of leadership.
All right.
Okay, it's correct. Now, my feedback for classmate Diana. My feedback for you. The democratic learning style is very important within in educational context, as it allows students to make their own decisions, and it's also based on premise where team members have knowledge and skill that can help everyone. Uh, Committing, committing by fostering environment of collaboration and open communication. This is my feedback for you, my dear Diana. Diana is here.
Sorry. Feedback, classmate Tanya. The participation learning style is a powerful education tool that empowers students, encourage engagement, and promote their part more meaningful learning by focus on activities student participating in engagement. This approach creates a dynamic, styling educational environment that prepares students to succeed in an ever-changing world they participating.
Thank you
Thank
for your feedback.
you.
Okay, and finally, conclusion for this activity.
Oh, well, I would say like maybe we believe there are like only one type of valid leadership, like just this one type of leadership is the only way in which we can guide, we can encourage, we can empower people. But I think that everything, it depends on, just like we have mentioned before, that depends on the type of situation. So for example, um, uh, just autocratic leadership, it's like most convenient for crisis situation. But when you want to build, and you want to have your community and the participants of the educational field or the educational community involved. So maybe the participative or democratic leadership are going to be like the best decision. So because it's like you are creating like a sense of belonging, so they feel like they are part of the school, of the educational community, and that's going to make people, feel more involved to more involved, and so in a long term, that's like the best type of leadership. But sometimes, even if you're uh, for policies, the type of leadership that you chose and that you try to work, it's the democratic or participative. Sometimes you gotta be autocratic, so you gotta apply the autocratic leadership style. So in conclusion, we gotta be flexible, in the type of leadership we want to use. It's like, yes, we need to have a democratic or participative uh, leadership, because that's what the society demands. So now the kids, they don't they don't they don't take autocratic teachers or autocratic uh, uh, people. They need to contrast ideas. They need to they require an explanation, not only an order, but okay, why? Convince me that your way is the right way to do it. So that's why democratic and participative, it's like, in a long term, the most convenient leadership style. But sometimes, even if for the leadership that you have chosen is the um, democratic or participative, sometimes you got to be autocratic, because you cannot discuss all the decisions you make, right? Because sometimes you have to take quick actions. So that's going to be the conclusion, that we can use all these different type of leaderships in different type of situations.
I would like to add some arguments related to the conclusion of this activity. Um, I consider that whole leadership styles are important, considering in a particular situations in the educational context or any context. Um, um, however, these relationships are related with the appropriations to the team members, to appropriate your abilities, your capabilities, your lacks or your needs, to show different situations, different problematic, different changes. Um, thus, it is important to highlight the importance of transformational leadership style. Uh, in in my case, this is not the best or the most appropriate leadership style for making decision, for to solve different situations or different problematics in any context. This is my conclusion for this activity. Thank you.
Okay, no more. Okay, and taking into account everything mentioned, our learning styles are important, depending always on the educational context. Um, thank you, thank you all for participating. Have a weekend. Bye bye.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Have a nice day. See ya.
Thank you.